What is up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here, and we are here today to talk about and preview the show that will be going down on Sunday. Yes, on Sunday. I said it is. It's going down. It is NXT Heat Wave, and we will be seeing everything happen as we have all of these matches that will be going down. Let's talk about it. And let me make sure that we don't sound like a robot or anything before I continue. There we go. We don't sound like a robot. So we good? Ask your questions. Let me know your comments and everything about Heatwave. And also we'll talk about what was just announced about 20 minutes ago as WWE's last PLE on Peacock will be Clash in Paris, and the first wrestling PLE on ESPN will be WrestlePalooza that was just announced. That will be going down in September in Indianapolis. We'll talk about that after we talk about and I show you the match card. We got an NXT tag team match as it is for the NXT tag titles. It's Hank and Tank, honk honk, as they take on two members of Dark State. We got a number one contenders match for the NXT championship as it is Jada Parker, it's Kalani Jordan, and it is Lola Vice. We got a triple threat match for the TNA Women's Championship. That is, no, it is not for both, just the TNA Women's Championship. We got Masha Slamovich. We got Dana Brooke, now known as Ash by Elegance, taking on the two-belt champ, JC Jane. She's going to see if she could walk out with both championships, or will she have a new challenger and just one title? We got a mixed tag team match that was made official for last night on last night's NXT. It is Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. It's the Secret Hervis taking on Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele. Tyra May Steele making her NXT PLE debut. We got Blake Monroe taking on Jordan Grace. And then in the main event, it was made official after he won last night in the match against Trick Williams. It's Javon Evans. That kid and that guy is bouncy as he is taking on the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only, the ruler of NXT. It is Oba Femi. That is the card that will be going down on and at NXT Heatwave. But before we get to NXT Heatwave and before we start talking about it, let's talk about this deal that has happened and that has went down with the WWE and everything that as with ESPN. Peacock has worked out a deal with WWE to include new main roster programming to stream on NBC Universal Digital Programming. Details are expected to be announced soon. Clash in Paris, as I said, will be the final PLE in and on the WWE Peacock network and the first WWE pay-per-view, and I didn't even know this until right now, WrestlePalooza and AEW All Out will be on, and they will be going head-to-head on September 20th. We will be watching both shows at the same time. So make sure you mark your calendars because it's going to be another big, long week here on in that week in September. ESPN and WWE have officially announced that PLEs will debut on ESPN platforming beginning with WrestlePalooza September 20th, earlier than expected. Obviously, we talked about it on the Mixer last week. We talked about it on a couple shows here and there. It was going to be, and the last show was going to be WrestleMania 42, and then they were going to go after that for and to be on ESPN. Well, we are now going to be seeing the last show be Clash in Paris, and starting in September, you got to have that $30 a month, or you have to have the Peacock or the ESPN subscription, part of your YouTube TV, your Hulu TV, whatever TV provider you may have, or yeah. Or you could just get the ESPN app and pay for the $30, and you get it there. If you guys do want to talk about any of that, let me know. But that is all that we have for all of that right now. And ESPN is seeming to be taking over everything. We got Byron in the house. What's up, Byron? Julia, fan here. We love Julia. I love Julia. I'm disappointed and just kind of sad the way that Julia has been being used in and with the WWE and everything else like that. Speaking about the ESPN too, I did want to mention about that also. Like I said, if you do have ESPN, part of your TV provider, you will not have to get the ESPN $30. If you do not have ESPN, you will have to get that. And if I am not mistaken, it will, like I said, it will be $29.99. it will be a monthly charge, obviously, like Peacock. And as I said earlier when we were talking about it, the library seems to be staying there. But I also did see a report of this is what I wanted to say. I did see a report that they could be moving the library to YouTube. I don't know if that's like, I don't even know how they would do that. I don't know how we would watch it for free. I don't know if then we'd have to pay for YouTube Premium to watch the library. That would be another pain in the butt. But we'll have to see what happens with the programming, with all of the library, with everything that is going on. I love the fact that I shouldn't say I love the fact. I hate the fact that this is now going on because the WWE Network was so good and the WWE Network was exactly what we needed, and it was perfect for what it should be. And they should have never changed it. Like, you got to add to it, you got to do all this and that, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, whatever. But there should not be, and it should not be this complicated, and it should not also cost. Let me see if I still have the picture. I don't know if I may still have it, but let's take a look here because I did save it. So let's get it up here because before we talk about Heat Wave, I want to talk about this because this really grinds my gears, guys. See what I did there? Ha ha ha, funny. You'd only get that if you watch Family Guy. Now, let's talk about it. Let me get it up here. Let's get it up. Yo, yo, yo. I will get to your comment here in a second. We got, who else we got in the chat? We got J-Dog in the chat. What's up, J-Dog? I sent you an important stuff. If you want to look, I will look after the episode, J-Dog. So if you do have YouTube TV, you should be fine. They should at least add documentaries on Peacock. Yeah, they should add different ones to Peacock. Well, and that's the thing. Is it going to be on YouTube TV, like the library? Is it going to be on YouTube? What exactly is it going to be on? I don't know. But let's talk about these prices because this really grinds my gears. Netflix with ads, $7.99 a month, $95.88 a year. Netflix does not have the entire Raw library. USA Peacock for Raw, USA Network and Peacock for SmackDown. SmackDown and the WWE library standard with ads is $10.99. They are now moving it up to $16.99 for the premium account, which means that is $131.88 if you get the $10.99 version, or the annual plan for $107.99, pretty much just like a couple dollars cheaper. It is available on cable or YouTube TV. Another fee missing the Raw and Netflix weekly library. They're missing so much of it. Now ESPN and YouTube for WWE PLEs. As I said, $29.99 a month, $359 a year. YouTube TV, cable users who have ESPN will get this at no additional charge. As I was saying, if you do have YouTube TV, Hulu TV, Sling, however you have ESPN, I'm assuming you will be okay. It is still $995.88 a year for YouTube TV. Is it really? I have YouTube TV. That's disgusting. That's awful, guys. That makes me sick. Estimated total $563.75 at the cheapest options. 1 year in Netflix, Peacock, YouTube TV for weekly WWE programming, Raw, SmackDown, PLEs, and the WWE library and live events. It is a total, as you guys can see John Cena's face right there, a whopping $1,199.75. And if you remember on the beautiful day, I remember this day because I was sitting in high school at the time, senior year of high school. Yes, your boy Tino was sitting there. And I don't know why I'm like, I sound okay, but but so YouTube TV is not free. Yeah, YouTube TV is not free. No, it is not. No. YouTube TV is not free. Sorry about that. I reset the browser myself because I saw I was like moving around weird. Anyway, yes, YouTube TV is not free. YouTube TV is $88 a month. A lot of money. Never ends, guys. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because I felt like it was important to talk about. So if you do have all that money, or if you're a millionaire and you can afford it and you just got $1,000 laying around, you will be okay. But if you're like the average person that has a 9 to 5 or a 12 to 4, 8 to 2, or 8 to 1, whatever times you guys all may work, maybe you don't work at all. It's like you ain't watching WWE programming unless you got all that money, or I don't know. Go get a jailbroken Fire Stick. That's what I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about NXT Heatwave. We got 10 minutes in about that, and like I said, just wanted to share that with you guys. I just thought it was really interesting. We've had all that news break in the last hour. But now, let's talk about NXT Heatwave, and let's start it off. Let's start it off with a triple threat match, as it is our girl Jada Parker. It's Lola Vice. I don't know why I said our girl Jada Parker. It is Jada Parker, I should say, part of the OTM crew. Jada Parker taking on Lola Vice, taking on Kalani Jordan in a triple threat match, and the winner will be the #1 contender to face Jacy Jayne for the NXT Championship in the near future. We will have to see where it goes. We'll see how it plays out. But this match is going to be really good. These are 3 women. That is the new brand and the new crop of NXT women at the top, starting to be coming to the main card. They've kind of, I talk about it all the time, guys. I love watching the superstars. I love watching the girls, the guys, the people come up from NXT, going from being not even jobbers, but being in like the main event, like show main event, like before SmackDown or Raw, being on like the live events, to being on NXT, Evolve, kind of working their way up, being in the mid card, a tag team, and then they work their way to be the main eventer. And this is exactly what all 3 of them have done. They were in the NXT breakout tournaments. We've seen Kalani Jordan win a couple championships. Jada Parker's competed for a lot of championships. Lola Vice should have won a couple championships by now. But I just think that all together, it's been really interesting and really fun to watch all of these 3 women grow. And now they get the opportunity to go after the biggest crown and the biggest title in NXT. That is what they obviously are going for. I don't even know why I was going with that. But should be a really good match. It will be exciting. I'm sure we'll see some type of shenanigans like we always do in these matches. But in the end, and after it's all said and done, I'm going to say that Jada Parker wins. I love Lola Vice. I love Kalani Jordan. But I would love to see Jada Parker be the one to take the title off of Jacy Jayne. I don't know how much longer Jacy Jayne will be the NXT Women's Championship or even the TNA Women's Championship. She could very well lose the TNA Championship on this Sunday at Heatwave, and then she could lose to whoever wins this, and then Jacy's got no titles, and Jacy's screwed. But for now, Jada Parker is going to be my pick for the #1 contender match. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. I mean, you guys know I'm not the best at my predictions, but sometimes you just got to, like I always say, you got to put a prediction out there, because if it happens, then hey, it's always on camera, and you can always go back on YouTube. But for this triple threat, like I said, Jada Parker walking out of Heatwave, your #1 contenders match. Speaking of the NXT and TNA Women's Championship, let's talk about the other triple threat match on the card, as it is Masha Slamovich, it is Ash by Elegance, and it is Jacy Jayne, the TNA Women's Championship and NXT Women's Championship. 2-belt Jacy putting one of these titles on the line, as I said earlier. It is only for the TNA Championship, so don't get it confused and don't get it wrong. That yes, it is only for the TNA Women's Championship, not both. So no, we cannot see Jacy lose both championships. At least on Sunday. Now, for me, I think that we are going to see Jacy lose, and I think that we could possibly see her have a To be honest, I've said it a lot. I'm shocked that Jacy has held the title for as long as she has, because with everything, when she did win it against Stephanie, we were all shocked and we didn't really know what was going on. And obviously, we'll have to figure out what happens with Stephanie Valkyrie at Clash in Paris, who she will be defending that title against, and who she will be competing for that title against. But JC has had a good run. She's kind of elevated the TNA Women's Championship, especially. I think getting the TNA Women's Championship on NXT television has helped a lot. Obviously, she goes back and forth. She's been on TNA a lot. And it's good for her to be able to get out there and have the matches and doing all of it. For me, as I'm talking about this and as I'm thinking about it, I don't know if JC's going to win, because I was going to go into this match and I was going to go into this prediction of this match and saying that JC was going to lose, as I just said in the beginning. But as I'm talking through, do I really think that Dana Brooke, Ash by Elegance, is going to become a two-belt champion? No. Masha Slamovich, I think that, it would be interesting to see her win the title back. And yes, she could just bring it right back to TNA and then have everything else with that. And, then TNA gets the title back, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I just don't see Masha being the one to defeat JC. And that's my thing. I don't know who's going to defeat JC at this point. And I really don't. And I can't think of anybody on the top of my head. If there's somebody that I'm not thinking of, please let me know. Because I know some of you guys watch TNA more than I do. And you guys, obviously, like I always talk about, just too much wrestling. But I'm going to say JC Jane wins this. I know I'm kind of backtracking on what I said when I first started this prediction. But JC Jane walking out, I'll say double champ for now. I think she's going to win. Should be good match. Hopefully, maybe we'll see some type of more shenanigans. I'm sure we'll see Ash by Elegance, Goons, her two friends, and that guy that just comes and is annoying as hell. We'll see what happens with that. But for me, I'm going to say JC Jane wins. I know that was a long-winded answer, but I'm going to stick to it with that, and I'm going to stick to JC Jane winning and walking out. Winning, and like I said, walking out. Now, let's get to the next match, and this one is for the tag team titles. It is Dark State taking on Hank and Tank. Honk, honk. We got ourselves a little Hank and Tank action going down, as they're going to take on two members of Dark State. I don't know who they're going to be. We have no idea who they're going to be. We'll find out. We'll all find out on Sunday, as they said. Cutler James, I don't know what you be doing, bro, but you confusing us, and you're making me feel uncomfortable sometimes. Dion Lennox, I think he's the one that I knew the most when these guys first started, but I don't know how to feel about this group, and I don't know how to feel about, I always feel like with these groups, they always bring them in, they always put them out right away, they go after people, but then it just drags on, and we're just trying to figure it out, or they just don't do anything about it like they did with Retribution. I don't really know what we're doing here. I'm not too excited for this match, to be honest. But what I am going to say is that Hank and Tank are going to lose these tag titles. Kyle, Too Sweet Kyle, and Jay Gold were kind of talking about it a little bit on NXT Night Shift, and Kyle was talking about it on episode 2, that, Hank and Tank haven't really done too much as champions, and they haven't really been they kind of lost what they had before they won the championships. And now it's just the NXT tag division isn't obviously the best. Maybe it shouldn't, and maybe they should not have brought up Fraxium when they did. But again, how much longer were we going to keep Axiom and Nathan Frazier down there? Because now it obviously gives the opportunity to other people. I just think that we need to find some other tag teams for Hank and Tank to face. Or, as I'm going to say Dark State wins this, and I'm going to say Dark State walks out of your new tag team champions. And hopefully we find some new competitors for Dark State, and we get the tag division in NXT a little bit hyped up and a little bit more going on. I don't know. You guys let me know how you guys feel about this match, but with this one, that's just what I think, and that's how I feel about what will happen with this tag team match. Let's talk about another tag team match we have, guys. It is a mixed tag team match, and this one has kind of only come about as of late. And it is Chelsea Green, the Secret Harvest, and Ethan Page, the greatest North American champion of North America. Is that what he's saying? Taking on Tavion Heights. Tavion Heights went from Ren Sinclair and Charlie Dempsey to going and hanging up and teaming up with the Olympic gold medalist, Mrs. Tyra May Steele. Tyra May Steele, if you guys did not know, you're about to know. She is the winner of Season 1 of LFG. She is making her PLE debut. And, I feel like this match has kind of been leading up for the last 3 weeks. Tavion kind of went after Ethan, and then we saw Chelsea join Ethan, and then Tyra join Tavion. And that's kind of all that really has happened with this. I'm just kind of, for me, like I just talked about with the girls and Jada Parker and Lola Vice and Kalani Jordan, I love watching them go, and it's crazy to watch, especially Jasper Troy also. See him going from being on the main and being on TNA or not, I'm sorry, not TNA, from being at and on LFG, now he is on NXT. He's competing on PLEs, and it's the same that goes for Tyra May Steele. It's exciting, it's cool, it's awesome to see them being able to go from A&E to TN, Evolve, NXT, and I just love watching them grow. I don't know how it's going to go, but there's no way in hell, no chance in hell that I am not going to take Ethan Page and Chelsea Green to win this match. Hopefully Tavion and Tyra May get a little, and they get some spotlight. They get a couple moments in here and there. But I think that we're going to see Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele lose to the greatest North American champion of all time, Ethan Page, and the leader of the Secret Harvest, Chelsea Green. Like I said, I don't really know too much what you want else to say about this match. I feel like there's really not too much else that we can say about this match. But I think that, Chelsea Green, Ethan Page are going to be helping and being able to elevate these two and being able to bring them into some type of a spotlight that, maybe we may not have gotten if they were not on and, with this. But good chance for Tavion and Tyra May to be able to get out there and show what they got. Now let's get back to the chat. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got to talk about. Is YouTube TV free if your provider has it on ESPN? Well, if you pay for YouTube TV, you have ESPN. Like I have YouTube TV and I have ESPN. An ESPN deal will start. Yes, it will. The first PLE will be WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis. We thought it was going to be Bad Blood. We thought it was going to be freaking, I heard Over the Limit. I heard some people say Fastlane. I heard, what was the other one that I heard? I forgot. Yeah, I forgot what the other one was. Dark State, JC Jane in the same camp. Masha, Byron taking Masha Slamovich to win. Interesting. Byron, I like your choice. Guys, let me know what you guys got. Let me know what you guys think about the ESPN deal. What are you guys feeling? Are you guys excited? It's Wednesday. It's halfway through the week. We got a couple more days till the weekend. We will be here live all week, the rest of the week, except obviously tomorrow here on Tino's Time. We'll be live over on the South Side, boys, talking some White Sox baseball. As it hasn't been the greatest of weeks. This up and down stuff ain't the best, but that's why we're fun bad, right? It's the bad part now. But that's tomorrow. SmackDown Friday. Saturday, we will not be here. Actually, I lied. And then on Sunday, we will be here for NXT Heatwave. So, I guess I am lying to you. I guess we will not be here all week. We'll be here tomorrow, Friday, and then Sunday. Saturday, maybe, if we got nothing else to do. But for now, right now, I am, and we will not be live here on Saturday. Right now, though, let's talk about, we got 2 matches. Oh, well, we got 3 more comments. I'm sorry. And Peacock will have their last PLE for Clash. Yes. Is Party you still confused or know about the ESPN deal? Or do you? I mean, I fully get it for the most part. I am more or less kind of waiting to see how it happens. Like for WrestlePalooza, like what happens? How do we watch it? Does it show up on like channel ESPN? Do we have to go to the ESPN app? Do you have to like that's what I'm curious about. Is it like, I think we'll just have to wait and see. Is it going to be like a UFC event kind of? I don't know if anybody watches UFC, and I don't watch a lot of UFC. Shout out to Rocco, because Rocco kind of trying to get me involved in it. Cassie kind of trying to get me involved in it a little bit, but I don't know. UFC has just never got me and never intrigued me as much as I don't know. It just never has. But shall see what happens, and I'm interested to see how it plays out and where it goes, and if there's a lot more viewers, if there's less viewers, if It's a better product. If anything changes, like that's what I'm kind of interested and curious about to see where it goes and what happens with that. But we now have 2 more matches to talk about. Continue to leave your comments, your questions, your concerns, and we'll talk about it all after we preview the last 2 matches of the show. And the first one we're going to start off with, it is Jordynne Grace as she takes on Blake Monroe in a match between 2 friends, ex-friends, now heated rivals. They just don't like each other and want to rip each other's heads off. Mariah May, Blake Monroe finally being able to, and I guess not finally being able to, but now being in WWE, having and living her dream. I think it is so cool that we're able to see her now a part of a PLE after she was obviously like the WWE shop girl. She had her moment when she was at WrestleMania Dallas, I think it was, or WrestleMania, was it Dallas? One of them. But her being in the match and going up against Jordynne Grace, I think Jordynne Grace has done a very good job. You know, she's had her moments, and she hasn't, I don't think that she's gotten to where everybody expected her to get. I think she has definitely kind of like fallen into the shuffle with a lot of the women on the roster. But I think that eventually she will get the opportunity. She will be champion at some point. And it's not like Jordynne Grace is just here for a cup of coffee. She signed a deal. She'll probably compete at a WrestleMania in the next couple of years. She's been in a few Royal Rumbles. And giving her the year in NXT and being able to compete with women like Blake Monroe, the JC Janes, the Fallon Henleys, the Lola Vices, the Carmen Petrovics, all of the women that they got in NXT. It's going to be helpful and it's going to be good to help once she does get to the main roster. With this match, it could go either way. We could see Jordynne Grace win. We could see Blake Monroe win. And for me, I think this is the one that I have just the hardest time predicting because it could go either way. Honestly, I'm just going to throw it out there. We could very well see some type of shenanigans, disqualification, ring out, count out, where both women are laid out in the outside. And then we got to lead to the next thing. Or maybe they restart the match and have it be a no holds barred, no DQ match. Because I could definitely see them being counted out in some sort of way. Because who can afford to take a loss? I don't feel like Blake Monroe can afford to take a loss. But I also don't feel like Jordynne Grace can really take a loss. So with that and with what I'm saying in that aspect of that with these two, I think that I'm still going to say Blake Monroe wins this. I think that Blake Monroe, with her just getting here, and obviously Jordynne was not that far in front of her making it to the main roster, I think that it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Do we see anybody else get involved? Do we see a lot of shenanigans? Do we see the match restart and have it be no count out? I don't know. But I'm excited for it. I cannot wait to watch it go down. These two are going to kill it. Jordynne Grace, Blake Monroe, so happy to have you in NXT. In a PLE at the same time. It's a good day. And it's going to be a good match. But for me, Blake Monroe going to take the dub. Now, after we watch these 5 matches, we have shenanigans. We take a couple commercial breaks. We watch 10,000 ads. It will be time for the main event of the evening, and it will be for the NXT Championship. It will be Oba Femi, the champion, taking on the challenger. It's the kid, the one and only. He's trying to get his first title in NXT. It is Javon Evans. Javon Evans, Oba Femi going at it for the championship. We saw Javon Evans defeat Trick Williams. We've kind of seen Javon Evans as another guy we've watched grow from coming into the roster with NXT, kind of not doing anything, kind of starting to build a little bit. He did get over real quickly, and then we obviously have seen how far he is elevated, especially in the last 6 months. I remember when he first debuted, I remember it took a couple weeks, but after, and even the first week, I feel like a lot of people noticed who he was, but after a couple weeks, it was like, oh my God, this guy's good. And now here he is. He's got that title opportunity. He's got the title match that he's wanted for a long time. The only thing is that he's got to go up against Oba Femi, the ruler right now of NXT. There's a lot of people that want to take a shot at Oba Femi. We obviously seen Trick, Mike Santana we saw last night, people in NXT, or people from TNA on NXT. We saw Joe Hendry appear last night. Tino appeared on NXT Night Shift. But I just As much as I want to take Javon Evans to win this match, I just don't think he's going to. I think he's going to put on a good show. He's going to have a bunch of crazy moves. He's going to have a bunch of near falls. I'll say at least 3 near falls of him trying and coming so close to winning the championship. But then the ruler, Obafemi, will continue. He will do his thing, and I think that Obafemi is going to walk out. Still, your NXT champion. Now, we could see Javon Evans win, surprise the world, shock the world in and on this night in August. But I just don't know if they're going to take the title off of Obafemi into like a stand and deliver, a bigger show, a bigger NXT. I did notice that they were in a different arena. They were obviously in Philadelphia last night. And I don't know. I just think that if Oba's going to lose the championship, I think it's going to be in a show that is a little bit bigger than a B-level show like Heatwave. Nothing against Heatwave, but nobody's going to go back, to be honest, unless these matches just go, oh my God, this is amazing. Nobody really goes back and watches a Heatwave or this and that. Now, who's going to go back and watch an NXT Stand and Deliver? That's what I'm saying there. Now, those are the matches that we got going down for Sunday. We will have to see what happens and how it plays out with all of them. And if it is good, if it's bad, we will see. And we saw Ricky Saints and Jasper Troy. I want to get your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about Ricky Saints so far in NXT? We were kind of talking about it last night on NXT Night Shift. Do you guys feel like he's just not working out? Do you guys feel like he should go to the main roster? Do you like his feud with Oba or with Jasper Troy? Do you not? Let me know in the chat. We got 14 people here right now. Appreciate you guys all hanging out. And when is everything going to Netflix like the PLE's Raw or SmackDown? So I think the only thing that is staying on Netflix is Raw. If you live in the UK, if I'm not mistaken, I think you get everything on Netflix. I think nothing's gonna change for them. They just get everything on Netflix. It's obviously different because it's a different country and everything else like that. But I don't think anything changes for them. And hey, that's good for them. I guess we had the WWE Network for so long, and I guess you know what I mean. I guess it's time to. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. But I'm just irritated that we have to spend $30 if you do not have ESPN. It's not fair because I just feel like a lot of people are going to stop watching the product. And again, I'm sure there's already a lot of people that stopped watching the product. But if it was cheaper and if it was just like the WWE Network, everybody would still be watching and you'd get a lot more viewers. Everything I sent you is just about ESPN. You don't have to look at it if you want. I'll look at it after the show, but if it's just the stuff we talked about, then I don't know how much more you want to talk about it. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about what we got going on the rest of the week. And as I said, we will not be here live tomorrow on Tino's time, but we will be here live over on the South Side, boys. The White Sox aren't having the greatest of weeks, but last Friday, the Bananas took over. Mark Burley, Ozzie Guillen, AJ Berzinski, Paul Konerko took up, and they put on a show in and with the Savannah Bananas. White Sox got swept last weekend, and now they are going to they're going to see who wins the series tonight as they lost a heartbreaker last night after they were up 10-4 in the 7th inning. Tino, Deech, and Justin will be here to talk about everything that happened in the last week of White Sox baseball. Friday, John Cena returns, and so do I here at Tino's time. We're only gone for one day, don't you worry. John Cena and Tino will be back on Friday to watch Friday Night SmackDown. It's going to be a good one, as it will be the not the go-home show to NXT Heatwave, but it will be another week, and we'll be 1 week closer to Clash in Paris, the last PLE that will be on WWE Peacock. So let's see what John's got to say. And everything else, the SmackDown superstars are going down. Saturday, as of right this moment, I do not have anything going on. But if we do, I will let you know. And if we don't, that's okay. Because we'll be back on Sunday to watch the show that we just previewed. We got Jada. We got Lola. We got Kalani. We got Trick. We got Hank and Tank. We got a triple threat. We got Jordan and Mariah. We got Oba and Javon. We got Chelsea, Ethan, Tavion, Tyra. It's going to be a show. Let's hope it's a good one. Come and hang out with your boy Tino on the channel as we watch NXT Heatwave. And who knows, maybe I'll try to get a couple guests to show up. Maybe NXT Night Shift. I don't know. We need to get the NXT Night Shift guys on one of these episodes to talk and preview an NXT show. But for now, that's all I got here for you guys. I appreciate y'all joining me here on this Wednesday afternoon. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure that before you go, you hit that follow button on all the social medias. Make sure you go subscribe on the road to 200 over on the Main Event Network, 500 on the OTM on the Mark Wrestling Podcast. Make sure that you come over here on Tino's Time. We on the road to 4,000. We will be doing a half marathon, everybody, on the Main Event Network next Saturday, August 30th. Come and hang out as Tino and all of the Main Event Network guys. Hang out. We got some content rolling your way. We got a lot of things going on. We'll be live for 12 straight hours. I'll be live for 2 by myself. And I'll be popping in and out with everybody else's. That sounded wrong, but you guys know what I mean. 12 hours next Saturday on the Main Event Network. What else am I missing? I don't know. But make sure you go follow all the social medias. Hit that like button. Subscribe on the road to 4,000 here on the channel. And lastly, guys, turn that notification button on so you know when we come back here on Friday for Friday Night SmackDown, as you can't see him. But for right now, he will be live. SmackDown, John Cena. One less appearance, one way to go. It's sad. It's a bad day. But John Cena live Friday night, guys. I will see you then.